my name is Laura Laskay, and I've been composting worms in my backyard for a few years now. And 5 weeks ago, I decided to start a new business called Urban Worms. And the idea, the concept, is to help people in apartments and houses and people that hadn't thought that they could do composting in their home to be able to do it. So, let's see, when I started, I used to take my trash bins out once a week like everybody else. Now they go out about once a month because worms eat all my garbage. So I've reduced my contribution to the landfill hugely, and I produced these beautiful castings. Let me show you. So earthworm castings, they look like this. And castings, the Department of Agriculture say that castings are the best fertilizer that you can get. This and bat guano, but bat guano smells bad and you've got to go splunking to get it. So my worms create this beautiful soil for me. I grow right in it. My tomatoes and my plants that grow in this are amazing. Researchers have now found that worm castings will create larger leaves, thicker stems, and more root mass. So it's great all the way around. The way I do it is I compost. I have something called an upward migration bin. And the way that works, let me grab one. So an upward migration bin, this lives in my kitchen next to my trash bin. And it's got 4 trays, and they all have holes in them. Hi. So what I do is I put bedding, which comes with it, worms, and I start feeding the bin with my fruit and vegetable scraps, my dryer lint, my eggshells, my coffee grounds, pretty much my paper, shredded paper, bread, pasta, rice, anything that would go in a compost bin can go in here. Any kind of animal manure, but not things that eat meat. So my bunny poo goes in here, and my bird poo goes in here, but not my dog or cat poo. And once this tray fills up, I then take another tray, and I set it on top. And I continue to feed the bin. Composting worms is a special kind of worm. They like to live in the upper 6 to 12 inches of soil, and they will go to the food. So what happens is they will continue to migrate up through the holes on the bottom. By the time you're on the top level, you've got complete compost down here, and you've got most of your worms on the top level, some of your worms here, a couple worms here, and pretty much no worms on the bottom. So it's really easy to just take this off, dump my compost in my garden, or use it in my potted plants, and then put it back on top, and continue to feed the bin, so forth.
Let me ask you,
Cool, huh?
what would you recommend for someone just getting started with vermiculture, and say they live in an apartment like some people we were talking to earlier? What do you recommend for them to get started?
So I honestly recommend this bin to start. If you want something smaller, we do have a side bin that will fit under your kitchen sink. So some people like it under their kitchen sink, some people put it in their laundry room, their patio, in their kitchen. It will never smell bad. On my website, there's some hints for how to make sure that there's no fruit flies. And so it's a beautiful thing.
So why don't you tell people what your website is so they can find you?
My website is www.urban-worms.com. So it's www.urban-worms.com. And I give everybody my email address and my phone number and full support, and I can help you. And if you already have a worm bin and you have some problems, give me a call. I'll help you out.